I slipped into the coat-room closet, glad to find it empty, and planted my back against the wall. What on earth was that? I had nearly kissed a total stranger, which was so not like me. Well, I wasn't a prude. I'd never had an intimate moment of any sort with a man I hadn't been dating. Even then, I never experienced such magnetism. I'd let Declan hold me against his strong, broad chest, rubbing my arms, making me feel safe. And all I knew about the man was his favorite food, favorite color, astrological sign, and the neighborhood he lived in. We'd spoken for all of 10 minutes, maybe? And if those guys hadn't come out onto the patio interrupting us, I would have let him kiss me. I slammed my hand against my forehead. God, what were you thinking? I murmured. I was at work. I'm a professional, for heaven's sake. I'd never allowed myself to be distracted at an event like that before, let alone act like a teenager because the sexiest guy in the room brought me a glass of champagne. I whimpered. Pull it together, Gwendolyn. After a few steadying breaths, I went back into the ballroom and prepared for the final task of the evening, the cake cutting. Once the dessert had been served and the party had wound down, I sought out my clients to wish them good night. Dylan had his arm draped around Autumn, both of them looking deliriously happy, and they were surrounded by a few members of the bridal party. Thankfully, Declan wasn't one of them. Pardon me, I stepped into their circle. I wanted to congratulate you both again and say thank you for trusting me with your special day. Autumn stepped away from her new husband and flung her arms around me. Thank you so much for everything, Gwendolyn. It was absolutely perfect. She released me, and I couldn't help the warm, happy feeling filling me up. Yes, thank you. Dylan shook my hand. It was my pleasure. One of the bridesmaids, Lana, clapped her hands together. Gwendolyn, you must do Jessie's and my wedding next spring. Her emerald green eyes were wide with excitement, and something clicked as I remembered the names on the bridal party roster. Lana Murphy, Declan Murphy. No doubt they were related. I blushed. Oh, sure. Why don't you give me a call this week, and we can set up a meeting? Perfect. She flashed me a familiar grin.